read that part again. I want y'all to catch that. Y'all 4 brothers right here. Y'all the young men in the community. Y'all the pillars of this community. I'm glad it's 4 of y'all right now, because any table is made with how many legs? 4 legs. Y'all gonna be the ones that the community stand up on. That y'all place. Look, y'all gotta feed the people. You feed the people off a table. Y'all can be those pillars, because y'all the 4 men that's out here willing to learn this knowledge right now.
That's right.
So I need y'all to be able to put the community on y'all back and teach the other ones. Right. Y'all gotta come and learn. Read it again.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
He said you shouldn't avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of who?
Thy people.
What? Thy people. That means your people. So anyone, y'all could be in 4 different games. It don't matter. You got to be able to throw that stuff to the side and say, look, that's my people.
Right.
I shouldn't avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. Who is your people? The children of Israel. These people right here that's on this side right here. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Although they may have told you y'all different, guess what? Y'all 12 tribes, 1 nation. Let's divide and conquer what our oppressors have done to us. They make us think that we different. They know. Look, think about this. Come on, y'all brothers. Come look at this side. Look at the people that's on this side. American blacks, West Indian blacks, the Haitians, the Puerto Ricans, the Cubans, the Dominicans, the Guatemalans. Look at it. Look at these people right here. If all those people get together, I know all these people are oppressed by the white man and every other nation that's in their country. They're oppressed by the same people. If all these people right here get together, who can stop them on the earth? Think about that. Look at all these people right here. Cold, everybody cold is dominant in what they do. We one nation of people. We gotta bring that thing back together so we can take this earth again. But y'all know, y'all 4 brothers right here, I'm telling you, God told y'all the gods of this earth. So being a God, that means you got dominion over things. Did you know that earth was made for you? The whole planet was made for thy people. Let's bring that out. Give me that second image. I'm gonna show y'all.
God made us the world for our sake.
Y'all hear that? God made the world for our sake.
That's right. That's right.
As for the other people,
hold on, now we finna talk about them other groups of people that's outside this sign. That means anybody that ain't on this thing right here, the other groups of people. As for the other people, read.
As for the other people, which also come of Adam.
Hey, Adam, they come from him too, but they not God's chosen.
Thou hast said.
Hold on. Who said?
Thou hast said.
Who's the thou, y'all?
Most High.
The Most High. The prophet answered is saying, God, you said that
thou hast said they are nothing.
Them other people, God said they ain't nothing.
Bring it out.
So what that mean? Y'all his favorites. I'm not concerned with them.
That's right.
God waiting on us to get back, to take back what he gave us in the first place.
Right.
You got to get right so you can rule the world. He's not going to give you the world until you right. God can't give the world to a whole bunch of nigga kids. He got to give the world back to kings and priests. Give me that Leviticus 19:6. 19 to 6. I think it's Exodus. Yeah, Exodus. Yeah, you hear it. All right, so God got to give the world back to kings and priests. That's what he created us to be, right? Read that.
The book of Exodus, chapter 19, verse 5. Now therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed.
Hold on, there's a big word right there. A small word with a huge implication. He said, therefore, if. 2-letter word, huge implication. If means what? That's a stipulation, right? I'll give you some money if you do this. I'll give you some whatever if you do something. There's a stipulation there. Read.
Now therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then you shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people. For all the earth is mine, and ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests.
Hold on, you see that? He said, then you're going to be a peculiar treasure unto me above everybody, and you will be a kingdom of priests. That means each one of y'all got knowledge. A priest is a teacher. Each one of y'all supposed to have this knowledge to teach y'all people. Every man out here, every black man that's out here supposed to be standing right here.
That's right.
Supposed to be standing right here. Give me Nehemiah chapter 8.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 8 and verse 8.
Bring it up.
So they read in the book and the law of God distinctly.
So this is what our forefathers, the prophets, did before. What we're doing right now, we're reading in the book of the law. We coming out of God. This is the book of the law, God's Bible. The book that our forefathers, those great men, the company that published it, wrote. It said we come out to our communities and we read this before our people to show them what they need to be doing. Read.
So they read in the book and the law of God distinctly and gave the sense and caused them to understand the reading.
And that's what we're doing. We're trying to cause y'all to understand the words of God. Not like the pastors do. We really want to explain this stuff to you. We really want you to ask questions so y'all can understand.
Right.
To teach others. Read.
And Nehemiah, which is Tushatha, and Ezra the priest, the scribe, and the Levites that taught the people, said unto all the people, this day is holy unto the Lord your God.
This day is. What's the day, y'all?
Sabbath.
The Sabbath day. This day, just like our forefathers did, we come out on the Sabbath day and teach our people God's laws. We come out here and teach our people who they are. We restoring back to y'all nationality. Read.
This day is holy unto the Lord your God. Mourn not, nor weep, for all the people wept when they heard the words of the law.
So that's what happened. So now, we're teaching y'all. Our forefathers and foremothers before, when they heard the words of the law, because just like us, they had been disconnected from God's laws. They didn't know about these writings, so the prophets had to come back and start to teach them. And when the people heard it, they was like, we've been messing up all this time. And it made them sad. They said they did what?
All the people wept when they heard the words of the law. Then he said unto them, go your way, eat the fat and drink the sweet, and send portions unto them for whom nothing is prepared.
So what the prophets told our people, once they understood, he said, now go your way, live your life, start to prosper and teach your people. That's what it's going into. So now what we got to do, we got to come back to God's laws. Because God is, without us keeping God's commandments, God is far from us. That's our Father. But just like I got kids, if I tell my son to do something and he don't listen to nothing I say, he can't come to me and ask me for nothing. He can't come ask me for nothing. He can't, just the same way. We can't pray to our Father who's disobedient. God ain't trying to hear it. Give me Hosea 5. Hosea 5:15.
The book of Hosea, chapter 5 and verse 15.
Get out.
I will go and return to my place.
This is the Father. This God. This is what he said. He said, I'm going to go and return to my place. Read.
Till they acknowledge their offense.
So what?
Till they acknowledge their offense.
What's our offense to God?
Committing sin.
Committing sins, breaking his laws.
Right.
So we got to understand what God's laws are. So y'all should be asking me what's some laws I need to be keeping here. We already said what's today, the Sabbath day, right? How we keep the Sabbath day? We don't do any work, right? What else we do? Huh? How do we keep it holy? Let's go into how we keep the Sabbath day holy. Because that's a good thing, right? We need to know how to keep the Sabbath day, right? That's the 7th day of the week. Everybody can count to 7 here. Brother and sister, y'all can count to 7. All right, what's the first day of the week? Sunday. What's going to go on tomorrow?
Church. First day shower down.
Everybody's going to be in church tomorrow. But I thought everybody should be able to count to 7. So what's going on? Who taught our people the Bible wrong?
Bring it out.
The white man, the same person that taught them a white man Jesus, when that ain't in no Bible. Our people don't read the Bible. That's the problem. Because every Bible on earth saying Jesus is a black man. We just read King Solomon, his grandfather was a black man. I could read more and more scriptures on all the different prophets that they black men. Why people don't know that? Why is still a white Jesus hanging in churches? Why is still a white Jesus, the biggest white Jesus right there in Whitehaven next to the KFC on Elm Prison?
Bring it out.
That's a black people church. Black folks in their church worshiping the white man.
I got a question.
Yes.
So he didn't die on the cross. Christ didn't die on the cross.
He did grind down the cross. But guess what? Okay, let me. I'm finna give you this in layman's terms. The Bible don't tell us where the cross is. Those are graven in it. The Bible ain't with you. So you got brothers, sisters, anybody got blood family members, right? Somebody you love. If they come on, if somebody come to the thing right now and spray your family down with an AK, are you gonna start wearing an AK-47 chain to commemorate your fallen loved one? It don't make no sense. So why would I put on a cross to commemorate my Lord and Savior? Which that was a death penalty. That was the torture method. They killed my Lord and Savior. Look, hey, they killed a whole bunch of our people with by hanging them with nooses. You don't wear no noose cross, do you? And you don't wear a chain with the rope on to jump with the noose. No, you don't do that. That's the torture method they did. God ain't with that. God is not with that. That's another doctrine of men. Matter of fact, give me Mark 7 and 6. Start there. This is what happened to our people. Our people been taught the doctrines of men and not the laws of God. Listen to what Jesus Christ, the black Messiah, told to the people when people were coming to them trying to teach them doctrines of men.
The book of Mark, chapter 7 and verse 6. He answered and said unto them, well, have Isaiah prophesied of you hypocrites.
God called the Pharisees, those men that were supposed to have been teaching the people, those were the pastors at that time, right? He called them hypocrites. He said, well, has Isaiah prophesied about you hypocrites. Read.
As it is written, this people honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me.
He said, y'all honor me with y'all lips. So they be in churches tomorrow, banging tambourines, asking for your money, your tithe money, which you ain't even supposed to be paying right now. You're not supposed to pay tithe, right? So, look, once Christ died, all those offerings was done with. Them offerings was done with. So you're going to be banging tambourines saying how much they love Jesus when they really worshiping this white man. They're not going to read you the true image of Christ. And they're going to be teaching you all the doctrines of men. The same doctrines that the white man taught our ancestors when we got off the slave ship is what they're going to be teaching. They're not teaching the Bible. We coming right out the Bible word for word right now. There's a difference.
That's right.
All right, so what do you say about them?
Help. He answered and said unto them, well, have Isaiah prophesied of you hypocrites. As it is written, this people honors me with their lips.
Oh, I love Jesus. I love the Lord. Going to church on Sunday, thought you could count to 7.
But their heart is far from me.
Meaning their minds. The heart is the mind, according to the scripture. So their minds are really far from me.
Howbeit, in vain do they worship me.
God said, you worshiping me in vain. You saying that you love me, but you worshiping me in vain. It ain't no profit to you to say that you worship me when you don't do nothing I tell you to do.
Teaching for doctrines the commandments of men.
See what they do? They, like, okay, what just happened last week? What was the holiday that just happened last week? Hold on, somebody said Easter. Where's Easter in the Bible? It ain't in there. How do you keep Easter according to the Bible? It ain't in there. Guess what we just kept? The Lord's Passover. That's in the Bible. God commanded us to keep the Passover. That's what we do. We do what the Bible says. We do what our forefathers did. We don't teach the doctrines of men.
I've heard of this translation. They said Easter, but that's not really.
You're right. We understand that part. It's one part in Acts. They say extra Easter. All right.
Yeah.
But that actually, they say it's a mistranslation, but it's talking about what King Herod was teaching. That was the white man that was actually keeping his holiday. That was his holiday he was keeping. That wasn't the Passover. He was actually doing that. So it really wasn't, but you understand what we're getting at. Go back to Mark.
The book of Mark, chapter 7 and verse 8. Verse 7. Howbeit, in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men.
So just like them pastors do, they teach the commandments of men. Read.
For laying aside the commandments of God.
What do?
Laying aside the commandments of God.
They lay aside the actual commandments of God. They ain't never taught you to keep the Passover and how to keep it holy, or the Sabbath and how to keep it holy. They lay that to the side. They say, come on Sunday, the first day of the week, we're going to keep Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Earth Day, the First Lady Day, everything else but what God actually told you to do. Your instructions right here, but they won't open up the book and read you not near one commandment out of it.
Bring it out.
Except tithe. They're going to read you that. Read.
For laying aside the commandment of God, ye hold the tradition of men, as the washing of pots and cups, and many other such like things ye do.
Many other such things our people do. They lay aside the commandment of God and keep the traditions of men. Christ was on them about that in his time. So what we got to do? Learn God. Look, just follow the instructions. This is what we got to do. Isaiah 34 and 16. How y'all doing, brothers and sisters? How y'all doing? This is what our people got to do. Listen to what we are teaching. It's the Bible. It ain't none of our words. I'm not going to convince you with my words. I'm going to show you what thus saith the Lord is. Right here. So this is what our people got to do first.
Isaiah chapter 34 verse 16.
Bring it out.
Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
Got to open the Bible and read it first. You got to read it so you can say, hold on, Pastor, it don't say that. Hold on. It don't say that.
Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate.
No prophecy of the Bible is going to fail. If God said it's going to happen, that's how it's going to go down. So things that are already starting to come to pass. Y'all see what's going on in the world today, right? With the wars. We on the brink of World War III. That's in the Bible. God said that's going to happen. So look, our people should be a lot more nervous about that than they are. Everybody in the hood just trying to have a good old day on Sunday, playing music and doing. Look, what's going to happen? Right? Who ready for a nuclear bomb to drop?
Bring it up.
Which one of y'all raise your hand? Who ready for the nuclear bomb drop? Who got a storm? Who got a shelter? Who got an underground bunker? Which one of y'all? You got one? You folk got one? Who ready for the nuclear bomb to drop? Who gonna? Y'all better be trying to figure out the protection that God got for you. Because he said you can survive that thing, but you got to be keeping his commandments. Give me Psalm 91. Psalm 91. What time is it? All right, we're looking to the college. Let's read it. Psalm 91. I'm finna show y'all this. Y'all got to be understanding what God wants from you to be even in his protection. Because look, God getting ready to bring fire on this earth to devour everything around you. Listen.
The book of Psalms, chapter 91 and verse 5.
Bring it out.
Thou shalt not be afraid.
I said 1. Read it from the top.
The book of Psalms, chapter 91 and verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High.
So God said, you that dwells in the secret place of the Most High. What's the secret place of the Most High? I want to ask a question. The secret place said, you that dwell in the secret place of the Most High. It's not your body, and there ain't nothing wrong with you having it wrong. God's talking about these scriptures right here. His laws. You know why it said it's a secret place?
Why is that?
Like any one of y'all keeping the laws of God right now? Who look around in our neighborhood about people keeping the laws of God? They don't know it. It's like a secret to them. But they go to church tomorrow, it's like it's a secret to them. God said, but you got to dwell in that secret place, in his laws, in his words. Look out of the book of the Lord and read. Read.
He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
It said, then you shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. That means his protection. If God got you in his shadow, what protection? Nothing. Read on.
I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and of my fortress, my God, in him will I trust.
And you got to say of the Lord, he's your refuge and fortress. So when the Lord brings judgment, he's going to be your fortress, your refuge. Read.
Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler.
The snare of the fowler, what you think that is? A fowler is somebody that hunt birds. To hunt a bird, what you got to have? A gun today, bow and arrow, the gun, you got to be able to shoot it with something, right? What do we shoot stuff with today? We got guns, right? But what the military got? Missiles. Oh, right. So think about this. Think about this. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.
And from the noisome pestilence.
A noisome pestilence. What's going on in the, you know what a pestilence is? A pestilence is a disease.
Right.
A sickness. He said the Lord can save you from the snare of the fowler and the noisome pestilence. What's going on in the earth today? Everybody's scared. Why everybody was wearing masks? The pestilence. It's a pestilence. That's one of the things that the Lord said was going to come on the earth. He's judging the earth slowly, but our people walking around here dumbfounded. This is
Right.
They don't understand the Lord bringing judgments on the earth. This stuff all over the planet, and it came out of nowhere like that.
Right.
When you ever seen something like that happen? And then they got a new variation for you every other week. I know, look, that ain't the science that they taught me in school. All I know is when I was in school, they told you that it takes like 25 years for a virus to mutate. Every other week is something else.
He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust.
Read.
His truth shall be thy shield and buckler.
His truth. What's the truth? What's the truth according to the Bible?
Bring it out.
Huh? His what? His law. Let's see if the Bible agree with you. Give me the truth.
The book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness.
God's righteousness.
And thy law is the truth.
So you was correct, Caleb. You was correct. God's laws is the truth. That's the truth that our people is missing. It said the truth shall make you free. That's why you ain't free. Our people broke God's laws and went into slavery. We got to be able to keep God's laws, and the truth can make us free. Let's go back to where we were in Psalm 91.
Psalms chapter 91 and verse 4.
Read.
He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler.
His laws are going to be your protection in that day. Read.
Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day.
Oh, the arrow that flies by day. What you think that is? Let's keep on reading. Because we're talking about war. An arrow is something that you use in war, right? Read.
Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness.
Same thing we just talked about, the diseases, the wars that's about to happen. That's what's going on. God said you shouldn't be afraid of it, but how? Read.
Nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday.
Read.
1,000 shall fall at thy side.
What's going to make 1,000 people die? Just like that.
And 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee.
Said people dying, 1,000 at your right hand, 10,000 over here, in an instant. Death, war, disease, a bomb that can incinerate the whole project over here. They got that type of stuff. We ain't got no protection except our God.
That's right. That's right.
You gotta learn. You better be trying to figure out what your Father wants from you. His laws, statutes, and commandments. Because in that day, guess what? These folks that going to church tomorrow, they ain't got no protection from that.
Right.
Got no protection from that. You gotta learn God's laws. What He wants. What He wants from His people to be protected from that. He said, "Oh, read the last part again."
But it shall not come nigh thee.
That 10,000 down on your right hand and 1,000 over here. He said, but it shouldn't come nigh you. That's the no weapon against you shall prosper. Read.
Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked.
And you're going to see all the wicked people dying just like that. But the ones that's righteous, keeping God's truth, meaning His commandments, are going to be the ones that can make it.
That's right.
Only those people are going to be the ones that can make it. There's going to be plenty of death and destruction. Give me 2 Peter 3 and 10. Our people need to get scared out here, but we walking around too relaxed. If we looking at the wars and everything that's going on in the news every day, and still trying to hit the club on Saturday night. Still trying to turn up. Guess what? The white man building shelters, underground bunkers. They digging out mountains to go and hide from this stuff. They know what's about to come.
Right.
Guess what? We ain't got them type of resources. We got to trust in God.
That's right.
Read.
2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10.
Bring it out.
But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
You hear that? He's talking about the day of the Lord, that day of destruction. We just read about that in Psalm 91. That's what we were reading about. The day of the Lord. It said it's going to come like a thief in the night. How a thief come? Caleb, how a thief come? Huh? He come what? Come quietly. Joe, how the thief come again? Come quietly. Ain't nobody been like, hey, I'm finna break in your house tonight. You don't need to be there trying to get everything. No, he ain't coming like that. A thief in the night come and catch you off guard.
But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, and the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise.
It said the heavens, meaning the rulership, everybody else that's out here that rules over us, the white man, the Chinese man, the Arab man, they all in their heaven right now. Heaven means rulership. You in a position of rulership. When we become the gods on earth like God created us to be, we gonna rule the earth. That's gonna be our heaven. Come in the Lord's Prayer, what did it say? It said, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth. That's where your kingdom gonna be.
Right.
On earth. Right where everybody else's kingdom is right now, yours is. But it's gonna be ruled in righteousness. Alright? Rule with God's laws. And you're gonna be the one to institute the laws.
That's right.
Read.
And the elements shall melt.
Started from the top right there.
But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, and the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise.
So it said, everybody else's rulership is gonna pass away with a great noise. What you think that is? What type of weapons we got today? Huh? Oh, talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Let's say that loud, because the people out here need to hear this. Nuclear weapons. Nuclear warfare. It said the heavens gonna pass away. Everybody's rulership gonna pass away with a great noise. Boom!
Right.
And then everything's gone. Read.
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
You hear that? The elements, everything, all the metal, the bricks, all that's gonna melt away with fervent heat. Read.
The earth also, and the works that are therein, shall be burnt up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved.
So Peter is saying, look, once you so now you know that the Lord is going to destroy this place with nuclear fire. Seeing then that all these things are going to be dissolved.
What manner of persons ought ye to be?
How you ought to be acting right now? How should my brothers and sisters be acting right now? Should we be obedient to our Father who is in heaven or not? Yeah. We should be. Should we make excuses on why we can or can't keep God's laws? We should make excuses. Can you make excuses to your Father? All right, look, we're going to stand before God and be like, you know what, God, I would have kept your commandments, but man, you know, hey, this club was jumping on Saturday, so I had to go and go. And he going to be like, you know what, that sound right to me. No, it ain't going to happen. You're going to be deaf. You can't question it. Oh, you cannot question it.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.